Watch this.
The race for Mikey Sherrill's House seat, there's one Democrat we sure can't trust, Tom Malinowski. Malinowski voted with Republicans to fund ICE, over $200 million for Trump's deportation force. Democrats called it a betrayal. It sure was.
So we all need to become very educated on how this works. This is your typical attack ad, right? This is an attack ad against Tom Malinowski, who is running in New Jersey's District 11. He has a history in politics. He's a diehard, moderate, centrist Democrat who was slated to win that special election that took place last week. And he's always been pro-Israel, except he made the mistake of making one comment publicly that aid to Israel should be conditional. And that's all it took for AIPAC to dig into their deep, very deep, endlessly deep pockets and put out attack ads like this. And even though they didn't come right out and endorse a different candidate, they were helping to push the DNC-backed candidate who was pro-Israel, except that Ana Lilia Mejia, the progressive who was working on the ground really hard, endorsed by Bernie, came from behind the corner and beat them all. Why am I bringing up this attack ad? Because we've got Democratic primary elections coming up. They start in March in 7 different states. And this is how Israel's super PACs and special interest groups, not just AIPAC, interfere with our elections. They're going to be creating attack ads just like this. And make no mistake, it's going to help a DNC-backed centrist Democrat who supports Israel. And we have to look out for it because these ads are going to be playing on TVs everywhere and radio stations where all the boomers and all the senior citizens are watching, and they don't know any better. This time it worked against AIPAC, but let me give you an example of when it worked for them. When Elissa Slotkin won the Democratic primary for the Senate seat in Michigan, she beat Hill Harper. She had the backing of AIPAC and other special interest groups. Hill Harper was a progressive with morals. He was paid, he was offered $20 million from an Israeli multimillionaire from Detroit who was going to personally give him $20 million if he would drop out of the race and then run against Rashida in Detroit, who's extremely critical of Israel and pro-Palestine. He refused the $20 million. And after that, all the support went behind Elissa Slotkin, the DNC favorite, the AIPAC-backed favorite. I just want to remind everybody, I want you to look up when Pam Bondi was being nominated and she went through the congressional interview process. Elissa Slotkin was falling all over her. I loved her conversation. I felt like you were being really sincere. Yeah. But that's where these type of special interest groups that are pro-Israel are going to start getting involved at our upcoming Democratic primary elections. So keep your eye on the ball. Educate your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents. Tell them who to vote for. Vote for this progressive. Just trust me. Vote for that progressive. And let's do what Ana Lilia Mejia did and pull out a whole lot of other wins.